Welcome to the preview of my Spring 2020 collection, Falling Apart to Remember. This collection began in late January of 2020 and it was completed in the last week of April. So I started working on it before the coronavirus hit our country and changed everything. When I first started working on this collection, I had chosen a word for 2020. Well, I had a lot of trouble coming up with a word, and I ended up choosing the word unknown, which is kind of wild now, considering so much is still unknown. But I used that word to guide myself going into this collection. I wanted to try a lot of new things, I wanted to try new media, and I really felt the need to build upon my current body of work. I wanted to take my plant cells and make them expand. More color, more media, just see what they could become. That's where I started, and when I began this collection, I was having so much fun. I literally was pouring water and paint on canvas, no plan, no sketches, painting completely intuitively. Once the pieces found their composition, I would build from there. Some pieces stayed very simple and became plant cells, and others added mica and pastel and gouache and all sorts of media and became this kind of mixed media pieces. There's really three distinct pieces within this collection. Some of the ones here, these are the plant cells. So the plant cells I see as a meditation. They're very gestural and minimal paintings. The actual physical act of making them is very meditative. It's layers and layers of paint and water. Listening to music and letting the music inform. And then sometimes I decide that I don't want them to go any further. I want them to just stay as they are. So those are some of the plant cells. Other pieces in this collection that became kind of their own thing are these mixed media pieces. These incorporate acrylic, gouache, watercolor, pastel, and mica. These pieces were so fun. They were actually the first ones I did in this collection, and they just kind of poured out of me very quickly. I love, love, love building on this work. Another part of this collection, besides the multimedia and the plant cells, are these color blocking pieces. These started off as plant cells, and then I started layering gouache and acrylic on top of them, and they became these kind of graphic, almost like a nod to mid-century pieces, with lots of texture and layers of media. So those are the three segments of this collection. This collection is my heart. I found so much respite here in the studio. I'm so lucky to have this home studio and had a lot of time to really explore all of these dual feelings that we are feeling. As we were getting more news about what was happening in the world, and as the shutdown occurred and schools closed and my kids came home, there were so many emotions, and every day was a roller coaster. It still continues to be, but I do feel like that's reflected in the work. There is a duality here. There's tension and there's release. There's calm and there's also messy, undone parts of paintings. So I really wanted to reflect what I was feeling and what I was observing other people feeling during this time. When I began this collection, I wanted to speak from my own personal experience, and I feel like my plant cells, for the longest time, I felt were just me getting out excess energy and chaos that I felt in my head onto canvas. But now I see them as a meditation, and I see them as a call for calm and balance. I hope you love these pieces as much as I loved making them. Thank you for subscribing. find calm and joy in your everyday, and we're going to get through this. Have a wonderful night.